The first thing that you have to do when you're getting ready to turn in your assignments to me in Dreamweaver is you have to go into that assignment submit folder, go under Grassl, and then go to web design. Once you are under web design, you need to find your name. So I'm going to go here to Mrs. Grassl. We already created a folder in there called HTML. What you need to do is you're going to make a new folder, and you're going to make a folder for each website. So I'm going to make a folder here for blooms and bulbs.
Is this just ours?
And then you're going to make a folder under your name for each one. So then I'm going to do TripSmart. What's the other ones I need to do? Caroline's Creations. And then there's one more.
Striped umbrella.
Striped umbrella.
What's up, dude? Working out today? Or you got things going? Boom.
Hey, we got a word. Come back here.
Nah.
So you only need to do this part of it once, where you're going to make a folder under your name. So you can only go under your folder, and in your folder you're going to make those 4 folders that you have for your website. Okay,
Oh,
so
I get it.
Blooms and Bulbs, TripSmart, Caroline Creations, Striped Umbrellas. This is not under your account. This is under Assignment Submit.
Your name. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Grassl, Web Design, and then under your folder. That's where you need to go here. So you don't need to do this in Dreamweaver. You go this right under the folder selection.
How come you don't just make a folder called Dreamweaver and then put those in? My car's up and running again.
All right, the next thing that I have to do is I need to modify my site in Dreamweaver. I really want eyes up here, gentlemen. Okay? In Dreamweaver, the next step that I have to do is I need to go under Site and Manage Site. Now, I only have one site under mine because I've been working on Striped Umbrella. Everyone in class should have your Blooms and Bulbs, you should have your Caroline's Creation, and your TripSmart. You need to go through and do this for all 4 of your sites that you've defined in Dreamweaver. Okay? It's the same procedure for each one, except you just choose the folder correlated to the website. So I'm going to go through right now and do Striped Umbrella. What I need to do is I need to edit it. Okay? So what we have to do is we need to set up where we're going to publish our site to. Right now, the only thing that we have done when we defined our site is we've actually gone through and just said where we're working on our live folders. When we work on a website, we are not going to work and publish to the web our live sites when half of it is done. For example, yesterday you were working on some pages from Blooms and Bulbs or TripSmart, and if you are halfway through the page, you're not going to publish a page that's just halfway done. You want to wait till the whole site is ready to go, and then you put the whole site out. No different than in class. At the end of the hour, you have half of a worksheet done. You're not going to turn in half of the worksheet and then get it back the next day and then finish the rest of it. You're going to turn it, you're going to put it there when it's all done. So when I go here, the site is the first thing where we say where we work. And then we're going to go here to servers. And this is going to be where we're going to determine how we're going to put this there. So I'm going to choose right here, and we're going to choose a local network. Okay? Local network just means we are going to be within our building. We don't have to worry about any usernames and passwords because you already have access to this folder because you're logged into the network. This would not work if you had Dreamweaver at home and you were trying to turn it in. It will only work when you're in the building in this room. Okay? I'm going to give it a name of SCSD for Seymour Community School District Network. The name part of it doesn't matter. It just allows me to identify it. The most important part is going to be this server folder where I'm going to click right here. And where do I have to browse to? The assignment submit location. So I have to choose right here. Student shared, SHS, assignment submit, Grassl, web design. Now when I get to web design, I need to go to Mrs. Grassl. Now which site am I working with? Striped Umbrella is the one that I have. So I'm going to choose Striped Umbrella right here. And then I'm going to hit select. So what it has done is right there in the server folder, it is said, okay, when you are ready to publish this, it's going to publish it to this spot. Before we did everything, I had to make that folder called Striped Umbrella. And then on this part right here, all I need to do is then just tell it where am I going to publish it to, and I'm going to publish it to Striped Umbrella. And then I'm going to hit save. And notice right here it has my servers, and I would just hit save and done.
Seems like a very long process.
You only need to do this once, just like defining your site. Now, the fun part is you need to turn it into me. Okay? To turn it into me, you have to determine what do you need to publish. Has any of these files been turned in? No, the only spot it's working on that they are saved is going to be my network spot, not the assignment submit. Just like all of your work for all of your sites. It's only saved under your account on your network. Think of it from the perspective of if you had an English paper or a math worksheet and you had it done, it's in your locker. Is your math teacher going to go to your locker to get the paper? No. I am not going to go under your account to get your files. You have to turn them into me. This is how you are electronically turning in your websites. I have right here, I've gone through on my files, and you've worked here before. What I need to do is if I want to turn in the entire site, all I need to do is I need to have the very top folder selected that says site. If I only want to turn in one page, the page cafe, I would have that page highlighted. What do I need to do right now? Entire site, because nothing's been turned in. So I'm going to click right here, and I have two arrows right here. Get files and put files. And you will notice when I mouse over it, it actually says put files to SCSD network. That is the name of the network that I set up when I managed my sites. So all I need to do to turn it in is click right here, put files. Because I had that entire top folder selected, it says, are you sure you wish to input the entire site? This gives you an option to say, oh, I didn't really mean the whole site, I only wanted to do one page. But do I want to do the whole site? Yes, and I'm going to click on OK. I just turned in my homework. But now the question is, you want to check to make sure it's been done correctly. Anytime, if I make a change to index, if I open it up, have I necessarily turned it in? Does that make sense? Just because I modified the copy under my network profile doesn't mean it gets changed automatically to the other one. Anytime you make a change, you have to re-put it. I like to say the word put because that's really what the arrow says. There are two arrows. There's get and put. Get would mean, oh, I just want to get the most recent copy from the network. Put means I'm going to take it from my spot and put it out there. How can you check it? Right here. I can go to local view, remote server, testing server. If I click right here to remote server, this actually shows me what is out there on the remote server. How do I know it's on the remote server? Look right here. It says S:/SHS assignment submit Grassl. And if I drag this over further, I can see the entire path of where it's going. And I can see that right here, about us, the last time this page was edited, the last time that index was edited, the date, and you want to actually go through and you want to compare them. So I can switch between remote view and local view in order to see what's been happening. Another way for you to go through and compare to see whether or not your assignments have been turned in correctly is going to be to click right here on this button right here that will expand, collapse, and show your local and remote. And when I go right here, what you'll see on the left-hand side, right here it says remote server. These are all the files that are on the remote server. On the right-hand side is your local files. These are going to be all the files that are on the local one. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you compare the two, that the dates on the left-hand side correspond with the date on the right. What could happen is you would have something here on your local files and you didn't put that one out, and then you realize you wanted to put it out, you just highlight it and you can just put out that one page just like that. And it's going to ask you if you want to put dependent files, and you could say yes, and then it will automatically make sure again that these two dates correspond. So don't forget, use this collapse to only show your local or remote site. This will be very helpful for you to make sure you have things turned in correctly. I will not go back and regrade because you didn't put things out that you thought were there. Good luck.